to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call the roll.
Bates.
Here.
Benjamin.
Here.
Holdman.
Here.
Kasdorf.
Here.
Meyer.
Here.
Sardina.
Here.
Tarks.
Here. Is there anyone here this evening that would like to speak? Excuse me. Consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and second to accept the consent agenda. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
I'm sorry,
Communications.
who seconded that?
Tom.
No communications.
Committee reports. Library Board, Trustee Bates.
Library Board met October 11th. We continue to discuss our records updates, library records policy review, policy updates, and emergency safety policy. We took a look at events updates. We're now doing 3 therapy dogs. Come in and read with the kids, homeschool book club, and we've got a new date set on December 1st for frauds and scams. Not to commit them to educating. And we've got, looking at events for next year. I reviewed the budget again and continue to review fundraising strategies for this year and next. And we approved our solicitation policy and communications policy, and that's the end of the report.
Thank you. Community events, Trustee Meyer.
Community events will meet next week. It'll be our first meeting since we've met last. Report.
Very good. Finance Committee, Trustee Sardina.
Finance Committee met at 5:50. We reviewed and approved current invoices of $271,320.59. We also reviewed the September statement of revenues and expenditures to pass on the full board for approval. End of report.
Thank you. Community Foundation, Trustee Kasdorf.
The golf outing was a big success with 94 golfers, and they are already planning on 2023. And then they are working on a possible wine tasting event. End of report.
Thank you. Report of the Administrator.
Just a few things. For right now, our lateral grouting project that we're doing in conjunction with MMSD is done. As I think I informed the board a few months ago, during the televising of some of the laterals, particularly 2 on Arden, the laterals collapsed. And so we had to spend roughly about $45,000 of the monies we were allocated for this project to repair those 2 collapsed laterals. So that significantly downsized the impact of this project. MMSD has opened a competitive funding project right now to use remaining funds from Every Little Community's PPII, which is private property inflow and infiltration. Allocations from MSD is now going to a competitive funding. So we have applied for an additional $142,000 to MMSD to complete the original scope of the project. That application portal just opened today. We applied today. So I would anticipate hearing back in the next few weeks. The road project is substantially complete. Just a few things, primarily pavement markings that need to be completed. The project was about 11 days past the 120-day timeline that was originally in our written contract. We are still working with Stark to determine how many days we'll be charging them for liquidated damages. Absentee voting starts next week Tuesday in-person absentee voting starts next week Tuesday at Village Hall, and one will run until 5 p.m. the Friday prior to the election. We have mailed 99 ballots to date and received roughly 45 back. So obviously a lot of interest in this election. We anticipate a significant turnout in this election with the combination of absentee voting and in-person voting. There is a training taking place for election inspectors this Thursday that Pam will be putting on just to keep them apprised of some of the rules and regulations that have changed between August and this election in November. And just a final reminder, our budget hearing or our budget review session is next week, Tuesday at 5 p.m. End of report.
Thank you. The board may consider convening into a closed session pursuant to section 19.851B, the Wisconsin statutes to consider the demotion, dismissal, licensing, discipline, or tender of a public employee or a person's licensed by the Board of Commission. Could I have a roll call count on that, please?
Bates?
Yes?
Yeah, we need a roll call vote to go into closed session.
Yes.
Bates, Benjamin?
Yes.
Holdman?
Yes.
Kasdorf?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
Sardina?
Yes.
Turks?
Yes,
You could all clear while we go into closed session.
sorry about
We will-
that.
You can stay. You can stay. Everyone else needs to clear.
But don't
can
go
stay.
far.
Yeah.
Don't go far.
Don't have a party without us, please.
Come back in open session, we'll come get you.
Anna's gotta stay. I'm assuming that's Anna.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you were pointing to Brad.
Oh, no, no,
Brian.
no.